franchise teams coming to the final on the same number of points, but only separated by net run rate. However, that will not be the case at the end of the day today, because we can only have one winner out of the 4 franchise teams: Northern Knights, Warriors, the Thunder Cricket Club, Titans Cricket Club, and Aziz Damani Hurricanes. Barbara Mukankusi gets off the mark with a dab down the leg. They pick up a single. First runs for the Northern Knights Warriors. Irene Alumo bowling for the Thunder from this Ginger Road end. Very good morning to everyone who's good morning, good evening. And for some it might be good night depending on where you are on the continent. But I will tell you that in Kampala it's a very, very good morning. The sun is out, very clear blue skies, and we hope the weather has been kind for the last 2 days. You hope that today the final games are not interrupted by rain. The 4 franchise teams have been playing on a round-robin basis, so each side has played the other twice, and the one who will be on top of the table at the end of the day will be declared the winner of the second edition of the Women's Elite League. Swing and a miss. Not there for to be driven. Very good ball from Irene Alumo. She hasn't picked a lot of wickets, but Irene is one of the best bowlers in ladies cricket in Uganda. But she hasn't picked a lot of wickets. But she has been very, very aggressive at the top of the order. Hope Akiteng and Barbara Mukankusi opening for the Northern Knights Warriors at the Chambogo Cricket Oval. Aziz Damani Hurricanes are taking on the Titans. Titans, the team on top of the table. Those two sides, Titans are in first position and the Aziz Damani Hurricanes are in second position. From the chit-chat yesterday evening here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval, everyone is thinking that the winner of this Elite League will come from the games being played in Chambogo. But you just never know. Could be a different case. If we get some big totals, I think the difference has been that there have been a lot of runs scored at Chambogo Cricket Oval compared to the games that have been played here in Lugogo. All the games played in Lugogo have been really low scoring. The highest total on this ground has been 100 runs. Yet we've seen the highest score in Chambogo was 147. That was set by the Northern Knights Warriors. So maybe that could be the difference in this tournament. And that would mean that the Thunder had done by, because for them they played all their games here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. Eunice Komsinja will be bowling for the Thunder from that shell end. Eunice Komsinja has bowled so well for me in this tournament. She has been able to cause problems for batters, especially when she tries to bowl the ball up front to get it swinging, but also cause some trouble for the batters. I've been very very impressed with her style, and I think that is what gives you rewards, especially in T20 cricket. Sometimes when you're very attacking, you can leak a lot of runs, and in T20 runs are the business. But for her, I think if I'm a coach, I would encourage her to stay with that style of bowling, because even wickets are as important as runs. She can be your attacking bowler up front, as maybe her bowling partner tries to defend. She has got all her wickets have either been LBW or bowled, which is very, very good to see from her. Good bowling there from Eunice. She continues to ask Barbara Mukankusi questions, but Barbara is very, very lots and lots of experience. So she's very wise and alert to the danger. She's making sure she's not hanging her butt outside that off stump line. And she's also looking out for those balls that are very full. The challenge here for me, Janet, is still not getting it right, because yesterday we saw a lot of deliveries from Eunice that were being played towards that square leg region, and it's very empty. Since the ball is coming into the batter, you can remove one of the people in covers to try and cut off those extra runs that will come through there. Other than that, Barbara has only played with the girl who is at mid wicket, so maybe they're not thinking about it for now. But as a precaution, you would rather have most of your fielders where the ball is actually most likely to be played. Good over there from Eunice Kobusinje to start off that final delivery. I'm thinking Barbara Mukankusi must have bitten her lip, thinking this is the one I should be trying to get some runs off. But unfortunately, she completely missed it. But a good over from her yesterday. Eunice Kobusinje, the heroine for the Thunder, she came out and hit a very good four to make sure they pick up that second win in the afternoon. Very, very nervy, because the Hurricanes pushed them up to until the end for them to be able to win that game. But Eunice coming out and standing up, putting her hand up for her team, and for them to be able to win that game. A very good ball from Irene Alumo, bowling it right up there in the slot. If Hope Akiteng tries to do anything fancy, she might be able to lose her wicket. But again, Janet still doesn't put a slip for Irene. Yet Irene creates a few opportunities in that slip region. Actually, Irene has a similar field to that of Eunice Kobusinje. Some leg buys for the Knights. Hope Akiteng. Umpire gives that a leg buy. Sometimes you would think sometimes it's given as no runs because I don't understand what kind of shot Hope was trying to play. So you'd be thinking it's a no shot offered option, and they don't take the run. Barbara Mkankus, it's very, very good to see her back playing. Very, very good player for the Victoria Piles in the past. She's been away for the past, I think she last played for the Victoria Piles in the Victoria series that happened in 2019. But it's good to see her come back and start playing. And she's not the only one. Scovia Kello, Rita Nyangendo, we saw her playing a very good hand for the Hurricanes yesterday. Rita Nyangendo, Karo Namugenyi are all back and available to play cricket actually. I don't know if we'll be selected to take part in international engagements, but I think with the quality they've shown and their experience will be very, very necessary for the Victoria Powers when they play some international cricket. Some loud appeals there, but turned down by Patrick Makumbi, who's out there in the middle with Ejidra Godfrey. But the Victoria Powers, sometimes you felt, especially in Botswana, that they were lacking in some of those big games. They were lacking in experience, and if they have some of these experienced players coming back, they could be able to, to stake a claim for themselves on the international scene. The Pals just needed to have. I think the team just needs to have a very good mix of youth and experience to be able to compete well, especially against the top teams. They fell to Tanzania and Namibia, and those are the teams that you want to measure yourself against, especially in international cricket. Chance for a run out. Very good backup. Janet Mbabazi fumbled a bit, but she was able to collect the ball on a second chance. Hope Akiteng could have been in trouble if there was a direct hit, but she's able to make it home. Quick single. Good to see Barbara Mkankusi taking quick ones. You thought maybe should have lost some bit of pace due to time, but she's still very, very strong. Barbara should be an inspiration to a lot of girls. A mother of 4, but she's still very, very active as a sports lady. And it's good to see that you never want to see girls missing out on playing the game because of maternity leave. And I hope she can be an inspiration to a lot of girls who still want to play. Bit suicide there. Looked like a very high full toss, but Patrick Makumbi is convinced by the height. I thought could be a no ball because Hope Akiteng she's not the tallest of girls. Again, like I've been mentioning, Eunice bowls some of those deliveries because her aim is to try and bowl up front and get some swing. That was very good ball there from Mary. Good running between the wickets here from Barbara and Hope. I think they've made up their minds that every time the ball comes off the bat, they'll try and take a single. Not a bad idea as long as you've planned it, because actually the fielders are not picking the ball up first time. So that puts pressure on them. Sometimes when you keep running like that, unless someone collects it cleanly, it could go through them and you pick up more than just one run. Very good bowling from Irene Alumo. Again, Janet Mbabas uses Irene up front to bowl quite a number of overs. And today she has been very, very tidy. So she helps set the tone for the team in terms of bowling. Janet has a lot of bowling options. She can bowl herself, Teddy Oyela, Christine Anayo. But their standout for me, besides Irene, has been Stefani Nampina, who has bowled beautifully. The ball is getting out of her hand so well. I think she's having a very, very good time bowling in this Women's Elite League of 2021. Bit of a lazy shot there from Barbara. The feet are nowhere. She just moved her feet to the pitch of that delivery. Shift that weight onto the front foot and just try and caress it past Scovia Akelo in cover. She could have gotten some reward, but the feet were nowhere and she put her butt out there. Can get an edge through to the keeper, Maria Nyende. Exactly, that's what happens. She doesn't get her foot going. She doesn't sort out her feet. And this time she just plays on that delivery. Good bowling from Irina Romo and a good challenge between her and the legend Barbara Mukankusi. And unfortunately, the apprentice Irina Romo wins that battle. But that's a good thing about this elite league, that players like Irene get an opportunity to bowl to legends of the game like Barbara Mukankusi. And Barbara is also gets to play against this upcoming talent. That gives her an idea of how much maybe she needs to work on her game to be able to compete with the younger ones. The Knights lose their first wicket. They are 10 for 1. The new batter for the Knights is Claire Mushakamba. Well played there by Claire. Very well controlled. And she's able to put it in just past the gully point, and they pick up a single. She gets off the mark. 5 overs down. 11 point. The Knights are 11 for 1. Irina Lumo and Eunice Kobusinji have been very, very disciplined up front. They've given away nothing. They've made sure that the batters have to work for all their runs. And they've been able to set the tone for the Thunder Cricket Club. The Thunder are bottom of the table, even if they have the same number of points as the Titans who are on top of the table. The difference is the net run rate. And like I mentioned, the challenge is that the Thunder have played most of their games here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval, and there hasn't been a lot of runs scored here. They were all out for 33 in that loss to the Titans on day 1. That greatly affected their net run rate. Therefore, maybe they will need to come up with some big totals or big wins today for them to climb all the way up to the top of the table. Good shot there from Claire Shakamba. Poor fielding from Leona Babirie. But Stefani Nampina gives chase, and she's able to just keep it to 2 runs. Poor effort there from Leona. Leona is much better than that. She's a very, very good fielder. Chance for a run out. Ooh. Hope Akiteng and Claire Mushakamba made up their minds late about taking that quick single. And if Stefani Nampina had hit, but good work there from Maria Nyende Kagoya, because Irina Lumo was nowhere doing the backup. It could have just gone through and run all the way for 4. Well done there from Maria Nyende Kagoya. Wide ball from Eunice. She's been struggling with the wides. She hasn't gone for a lot of runs, but she's giving away quite a number of extras. That's her undoing. I think she just needs to get a bit tighter with her action to make sure that she uses the other arm well to help her control the wides and the balls. Exactly, much better. When the arm comes down well, she's able to control the deliveries. But every other time I've seen that she's bowling down the leg, the other arm is falling over, so it doesn't help her when she's coming through to bowl. Not a very easy art bowling with left arm, but once you have a very good left arm bowler in your team, We've seen the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe have Nombele Sibanda, and she's very, very useful for them. We saw her in that final in Botswana using that change of pace very well against the Namibians. So could be a very good asset for any team to have a left-handed bowler. Mildred Anyingo, quick single. Janet Mbabazi does the pickup. Very good work there, but the backup is missing. There was a chance for a second, but Mildred had run through so much at the non-strikers. Couldn't be able to go back. Mildred Anyingo into the attack, replacing Irene Alomo. Well played there from Claire. She uses soft hands to make sure she doesn't hit it so hard to get so that the ball doesn't get quickly to Leona. So she gives herself an opportunity to run fast and make the single. And exactly that's what the coach for the Thunder is trying to tell them, that do not hang so much on the 30-yard. Just move in so that they can. And well played there by Hopper Kiteng. Will it run away for 4? No, it won't. Doesn't have the legs. Retrieved there by Christine Anayo. But that's good cricket from Hopper Kiteng. Realizes that the fielders have moved in so much to try and cut off the single. So she just plays it over them and they pick up 2. Very, very good cricket to see there from Hopper Kiteng. Hope also one of the players who are part of the Victoria Powers setup. Hasn't made a debut for the Victoria Powers yet. But she's on the fringes. She's asking, she's knocking on the door. And very soon maybe she'll have a chance. Bowling change for the Thunder. Christine Anayo will replace. Again, good shot there from bit suicide from Claire Mukashamba. She may get herself in trouble if she keeps, tapping and running. What the fielders will do in this case, when she's on strike, they may try and move in because they know she wants to steal a single. And if she's unaware, she may get caught out. Chance for run out. Scovia Kello settles herself. And this time, Hope Akiteng is not able to make it. And she's run out. Very, very good fielding there from Scovia Kello at cover. She's able to pick the ball first time. Puts in a one bounce throw to the keeper, Maria Nyende, who does the rest of the work. 2 wickets down. The Knights. I mentioned that there was a bit of suicide running between these two. And ultimately, one of them have lost their wickets. At the Ogo Cricket Oval, the Titans are taking on the Hurricanes. The Titans are 18 for no loss in 3.1 overs. Rachel Tono, who has been in very good form, on 11 of 10. The Northern Knights 24 for 2 in 8 overs, moving at a rate of just 3 runs every over. Naomi Kayondo walks out to join Claire Mshakamba. Naomi also suspect runner between the wickets. And with the way Claire is running, do not be surprised if there is another run out, but you hope that they have good communication out there in the middle so that they don't let themselves down. But very, very disciplined today, the Thunder. They haven't given away anything. They are making sure they keep it very, very tight. And the thing I've liked about Janet and her captaincy is that she plays with a very attacking field. Therefore, the chances for you to score, to pick up a lot of singles are not very many, meaning that you have to use a lot of power to go over the infield and score runs. Actually, if it hadn't been for extras, the Thunder have bowled 8 extras. Meaning that off the bat, they're only 16 runs. If they are to cut off the extras, the Knights could have been in trouble. Very good work there from Maria Nyende Kagoya. Claire Mushakamba shimmies down the wicket and completely misses that delivery from Mildred Anyingo. And she's stamped. The Knights are now 25 for 3. Proskovia Lako, the new batter for the Knights. Proskovia, a very, very good player. And also an integral part of the Victoria Pals. But for now, her loyalty has to be for the Northern Knights Warriors, who need some runs because they only have 25 in 9 overs. All played by Proskovia Lako, gets to the pitch of the ball and hits it down to extra cover. the Chambogo Cricket Oval, things are happening quickly. The Titans from 18 for no loss and now 23 for 2 in 5 overs. Rita Nyangendo has picked up a wicket, gone for only 11 and picked up a wicket in her 2 overs. Mildred Anyingo. Yes and no call between Alako and Naomi. I told you if I'm a betting person, to put my money on the next dismissal being a run out. But they don't. It's very, very unnecessary. They've already lost a lot of wickets. So the Northern Knights Warriors need their batters to stay on for as long as possible if they are going to be able to put on a very good score. Because we're already at the halfway stage and they're only 29 for 3. Woo, woo. That very unnecessary from Naomi, but that is what dot ball pressure does. She went totally across the line at a straight delivery. She's lucky not to lose her furniture, but very uncharacteristic style of play from her. Much better cricket that from her. All they need to do is to stay on the wicket for some time without getting scoreboard pressure. The longer they stay, the more opportunities they will be able to have and score runs, especially at the back end of the innings. Yesterday we saw Akelo doing that. She came in, was very, very patient at the beginning, but she was able to accelerate later on. And same thing for Rita Nyangendo. So most times I think players think that they don't have too much time with T20 cricket, but you have a lot of time, especially if you stay on the crease, because you can't score runs in the dressing room. played there from Proskovia, using her feet to get to the pitch of the ball, and they pick up a single. Much better. That's much better from her. I hope Naomi can do the same. They'll just need to keep the scoreboard ticking. Pick up the ones and twos. When you run a lot and you get the feet moving, that helps with your confidence as well. Rather than staying in your crease and bogging yourself down, and that scoreboard pressure gets to you, the dot ball pressure gets to you, and making you play some false shots. Again, Naomi unable to find the gap. Twelve overs gone. The Knights are 32 for 3. Projected score from here on is 54 runs. Stefani Nampina into the attack to replace Mildred Anyingo. Stefani has consistently bowled from the Ginger Road end throughout the whole tournament. But Stefani, well done there from Scovia Akello. Good work there, the good agility in the field. Shows that despite the time she has been away, she can still fall on the ball and stop it. That's a very, very good example for the young ones. Stefani Nampina, by far for me, the best bowler. She has been she has been able to control her balls very well. We'll get a single. Hard throw there from Christine Anayo, but they're able to make it in time. Janet on her side defend against Alako, and they try and attack Naomi because they know Alako is a strong player. She can be able to hit it over them. So they mostly defend against her and attack against Naomi. Thirteen overs gone. The Warriors 35 for 3. Naomi has been there for quite some time. Has 5 of 19, and Alako is on 4 of 8. Rare mistake there from the captain, Janet Mbabazi, giving away 2. But Alako hits the ball very hard, And when it comes to you, it will still stay hit. So sometimes that creates mistakes and fielders. But that's also good cricket, that you need to hit the ball very hard to the sweepers. That way you're able to create some opportunities for yourself if they don't field the ball well. Teddy Oyela bowling for the Thunder, replacing Christine Anayo. Christine should have bowled a final over. She had only given away 9 runs in 3 overs. So maybe the captain should have thought of ensuring that she bowls through rather than asking her to wait. But yesterday she came on and bowled that final over against the Hurricanes. And she nearly made something out of nothing for her team. Big shot there from chance for a catch, but the Yona only enables it to go over the rope. 6 runs. The second 6 we've seen on this ground. The first one was hit yesterday by Rita Nyangendo. And this time, Proskovia Alako, very, very strong player. She walks to that full delivery, full toss, and hits it out of the park. I think the options for Leona should have just tried, because clearly it looked like it was going for 6 and it was traveling some distance. All she could have done is just drag it back and save 5 runs instead of giving away 6. But all those are things that come when you play for a long time. The more you keep playing, the more these things come naturally to you. So this is why this kind of competition is very good for the ladies, to make sure that they can always play against top class opposition. Good ball in there from Stephanie Nampina. Stephanie gets the ball to turn so much that if you allow it to pitch, you could be in trouble. Yesterday we saw Fiona Kulume struggling against her, especially when the balls got pitched up. He's such a very, very tidy bowler. .1 overs, the Knights 46 for 3. I don't know if they will be able to get to 100 But a colleague close to me thinks that I won't be able to do that, and the projected score from here on is only 60 runs. But you feel if they get to at least 80, that gives their bowler something to bowl at. Hit very hard there by Alako, but cut off by Stephanie Nampina. Stephanie, a very, very good player, 360-degree player. Very good bowler, handy in the field, and also can hit that ball by quite some distance. Much better cricket there from Naomi, realizing that Alako is the better striker. Therefore, she will need to be on strike quite a lot. And they realize that the fielder who's at mid-wicket is really very deep, so they just drop it down and pick up an easy single. At the Chambogo Cricket Oval, the Titans are 44 for 2. Good recovery job led by Esther Iluko, who was 15 of 22, and Sarah Walaza on 9 of 17. The Titans are taking on the Aziz Damani Hurricanes. It's first against versus second. Down on the ground, but she's getting attention from they've come to the end of this first inning. But it's good to see she's gotten back on her feet, and I hope she's much better. 16.3 overs, 52 for 3, the Northern Knights Warriors. Caught in two minds there, Alako thought about coming out, walking to that delivery and then staying back, and then got beaten in the air by the flight. Hit hard there by Alako. Janet Mbabazi tries to run. Good effort from her. She tries to cut it off, but was hit very hard by Alako. And unfortunately, Janet cannot stop it. But very, very good effort from her. Good cricket there from Alako. Gets to the pitch of that delivery and hits it very, very hard. Not an easy shot to play, but same direction this time. Janet has still a lot of work, but she's able to get there. Fields it well and just keeps it to 2 runs. Good work there from the skipper of the Thunder, Janet Mbabazi. Very good approach here by Alako against Nampina. She's making sure she does not allow the ball to turn, so she's using her feet quite more often, especially if the ball is given some air. Get to the pitch of that delivery, and instead of hitting against the turn, she's making sure she plays with the turn. She has been trying to hit the ball through that cover region, and she has gotten good rewards. Good player, Proskovia Alako, part of that record partnership in T20 cricket with Rita Musamali. Did have a good act in her first ICC event for the Victoria Pearls. Struggled a bit in Botswana, but I think she will come good as time goes by. Good sweep shot there from Naomi. But Irene runs across and she's able to cut it off. Good to see also Teddy Oyela is back. She got injured in the last over, but it's good to see that she's back bowling. Good shot there from Naomi. And Nayo keeps chase. Naomi running like a headless chicken. Just turned around without looking at the ball. Was looking at the ball instead of looking at her partner. But Alako is alert to the danger and sends her back immediately. She probably thought the ball had gone so far from Anayo. But because this is a very heavy outfield, the ball hadn't gone so far. That's the end of the 18 overs down. Northern Knights Warriors are now 64 for 3. Very good repair work here from Proskovia Alako and Naomi. Proskovia on 24 of 24 and Naomi on 14 of 13 balls. their partnership, these two, is worth 40 runs. This is what their team needed, a partnership that has runs. Sometimes you can have partnerships of only dot balls, but this partnership has worked so well for them. And this is why you want to love this Women's Elite League. Alako is facing hit very hard back to Nampina. But Alako is facing Nampina. So Nampina is also challenged to see how she can bowl very well against a good batter like Alako. Doesn't happen very often in league matches. Chance for a catch. Lands over. Just goes straight to the hands of Scovia Akelo. Uncharacteristic there from Akelo. She's so much better than that. Maybe she was casual in that approach, but that was an easy catch for her. Alako giving another chance. She has just been put down in covers, and this time she walked down the wicket, missed the ball completely. But she's only lucky that the ball was so slow for Maria Jende to effect a very quick stamping. She's trying to force the initiative, but hasn't been able to make. It's a good comeback here from Nampina, who's giving her very good challenge. Good work there from Liana in the deep. Just keeps it to 1. $68 for 3, the Northern Knights Warriors. Last 6 balls of the game. And Janet Mbabas trusts Mildred Anyingo to be able to come up with a very good over. The Warriors need a big over if they are going to get at least 80 runs. The youngster Mildred given this opportunity for her to not only land, but to also challenge 2 set batters who are out there in the middle. Irina Lomo ran past the ball, beaten by the spin. Gives Naomi Kayondo 2 runs. Naomi needs to find a single for Alako, because I think Alako has been striking the ball very hard. Therefore, they will have more opportunities if Alako is on strike for them to get many more runs. Gets an edge and they pick up a single. That's good for them, but because that gets Alako on strike. They thought about two, but they couldn't. Very, very good work in the deep by the fielder to just keep it to 1 run. Good bowling for Mildred. She gave her only 7 runs in her 3 overs. And she continues to bowl very, very well. Picks up a wicket as well. Alako stamped. Ran down the wicket but completely missed the line of the ball. And she gets stamped by Maria Nyende Kagoya. Good ball in there from Mildred. And that's it. That's the end of the first innings for the Northern Knights Warriors. They finish on 74 for 4. But they were greatly helped by a very big partnership there from Naomi Kayondo and Proskovia Alako for them to finish on 74 for 4. The Thunder will need 75 runs for the win. Naomi Kayondo finishing unbeaten on 19. But their high scorer definitely was Proskovia Alako with 28 of 31 deliveries. At the Chambogo Cricket Oval, the Titans are 68 for 3 in 14.2 overs against the Hurricanes. Those two teams in first and second position. Third place are the Northern Knights Warriors and the Thunder are still bottom of the log. But all those 4 sides just separated by net run rate. They are all stuck on the same number of points because after yesterday, all the teams had played 4 games. And each of the sides had won 2 games and lost 2. But they can only be one winner, and by the end of today, we should be able to know which of the franchise teams will carry the day and win the second edition of the Women's Elite League. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the second innings. Remember, the Thunder need 75 runs for them to be able to win this game. Second inning is on. The backup is missing. 3 runs for the Titans. Jimia Muhammad batting with Leona Babidie. The captain for the Northern Knights opening the bowling for them, Akonsi Aweko. The Thunder need 75 runs for the win. But we've seen small totals here giving teams trouble here, the Lugogo Kiherovo. So it's not going to be easy sailing for the Thunder, especially if they lose wickets very, very quickly. They don't bat so deep, the Thunder. So they will need all their senior players to chip in and help them overcome the total. Achan Rachel, younger sister to Joyce Mary Apio, is going to be bowling for the Northern Knights Warriors from the Ginger Road end. At the Chambogo Cricket Oval, the Titans are 93 for 6 against the Hurricanes. Good shot there from Leona. Proskovia Alako unable to cut it off. Won't run away for 4. Heavy outfield. But they'll pick up 2 runs. Not a bad start there from Achan. Achan, one of the 2 girls who went to India, spent a month at one of the high performance centers in India, learning their craft. That opportunity was provided to Uganda Cricket Association by the Indian High Commission. 2 other boys, Munir Ismail and Edwin Nwagaba, who are also part of the team, the under 19 team that is going to the World Cup, were part of that team. The Uganda under 19 side will be going to the World Cup on January 1st. They will be competing against 15 other nations, but they are in Group B with India, South Africa, and Ireland, with their first game at the World Cup being on January 15th against Ireland in Guyana. Momentous feat for the young boys. The 3rd time Uganda is going to the Under 19 World Cup after previous appearances in 2004 and 2006. But yesterday, the cricketing world here in Uganda was rocked by the death of one of their own, Taban Emmanuel, who unfortunately passed away early morning yesterday. May Taban's soul rest in peace, and we hope that the family can recover from that, his untimely death. Taban, part of the many junior sides, under 19, under 15, under 17 teams. Very good left-hand batter. It's sad to lose him at a very young age. End of the second over. The Thunder are 6 for no loss.
Yep. Yep.
Konsi Aweko continues from the shell end. Konsi, a key player for the Victoria Pearls. She's been here, done that, so she knows what to do. And she has worked well with her Northern Knights team. The first time she has had an opportunity to lead the team, but she has been able to marshal her troops well. They're in third place, but anything can happen. If results go their way today, they could end up being the champions, because the very easy chance they are given by Jimia Muhammad and taken. Very simple catch there from the youngster Jimia Muhammad. Struggled a bit given the enormous potential she has. Given the enormous potential she has, but this, you can't take away the experience that she has gotten from this. I'm sure she will be able to take a lot of lessons from this Women's Elite League for her to come back next year and do much better. Janet Mbabazi, the captain of the Thunder, coming on to bat with Leona Babirie. Won't run away to the boundary. Janet Mbabas gets off the mark. Misfield there at short fine leg. Gave her the opportunity to pick up 2 runs. Could have just kept it to just 1. But the ball went through the fielder. But because we have a very heavy outfield, they were not able to. The ball doesn't run all the way to the boundary. End of the third over. The Thunder 8 for 1. Good bowling there from Achan. What I like about her that she's bowling so slowly, but she's making sure the ball is right up there in the slot, so it's not very easy to put away. Maybe the support she can get from the field is constantly making sure the field is more tight instead of spreading it out. When you have an extra cover, leaves the gap through that cover region. So if someone is able to put it in there, they will get a single. If you just kept a very tight field, exactly something like that, Barbara is very far. She's hanging back on the ring, so she's very far. The batters can be able to scamper through for a single. If they are able to keep it very, very tight, that would force either Leona or Janet to go for some big shots, which can create opportunities for picking up wickets. So for now, there's no need of having Patricia down there in mid-wicket because she hasn't even fielded a ball yet. You're wasting that resource, and that gap allows batters to be able to pick up easy ones and twos. I mean, if you're only defending 72 runs, the Thunder need just 2 runs every over for them to be able to get over the line. And of course, it will be that 1 or 2 bad over, 1 or 2 big overs that could inspire them. A bowling change for the Northern Knights. From the shell end, Ann Nyapendi replacing the captain. Good shot there from Janet. Gets down quickly on that and sweeps it all the way for 4 runs. Ann Nyapendi replacing Konsi Aweko. Better execution from Janet. Leona didn't find the proper timing when she tried to play a similar shot. Nearly got caught behind. That's what happens when you're able to manipulate the field. There's a change in the field. They move Barbara Mkankosi down to deep square leg and leaves a lot of gap. There's a very big gap around the square leg region. So Janet, if she's intelligent enough, she can be able to pick up a single by just nudging the ball into that region. 5 overs gone. The Thunder 17 for 1. They need 58 runs from 90 balls for the win. All the small scores on this game, on this ground, have gone down to the wire. They've all been thrillers, but mostly because the teams have thrown away good stats and always try and take the game very deep. And for the Thunder, they will need to make sure that all their senior players come to the party, especially Janet, Stephanie, and Scovia. Janet has been playing well, but she has not been able to see the game through. She normally plays a few good shots and then goes out. Direct hit. Leona Babirie is gone. They took off there with Janet Mbabazi, but with not a lot of conviction. And this time a direct hit has her out. Run out. That's what I'm saying. Very, very unnecessary from the Thunder. There have been a lot of run-outs in this tournament. I have not kept count, but I'm certain there are more than 10. Most of the teams, players running like headless chicken. Every time they tap the ball, they just take off, rather than actually waiting to check, to understand whether they've hit the ball to the right, into the correct gap or the right angles for the fielders, for them to be able to make quick, safe runs. Mildred Anyingo will join Janet Mbabazi for the Thunder. The Thunder now 17 for 2. Wicket first time. Rachel Wachan disturbs the stumps of Mildred Anyingo. 1 brings 2. Third wicket down here for the Thunder. They are 17 for 3. Achan Rachel picking up that wicket. That run out there over Leona Babirie causing problems for the Thunder already, because they are quickly exposing their tail and mid-order. Maria Nyende Kagoya has come in early, this time ahead of Stephanie Nampina and Scovia Kello. So maybe they're trying to make sure that the 2 senior players are available at the back end of the innings, because yesterday in the afternoon the Hurricanes pushed them up toward the end, and the younger ones were given a very big task of just chasing down 6 runs. If it wasn't for that 4 from Eunice Kovusinje, that game could have gone down to even the last ball. Maria Nyende Kagoya joins Janet Mbabazi. Janet, as the captain now, she has to take the leadership, and I see a much improved field from Konsi. She has decided to attack the new batter Maria. That puts pressure on her, and that's very good cricket. After six overs, the Thunder are now 17 for 3. They need 58 runs from 84 balls. The Northern Knights only need 7 good balls to get 7 wickets for them to get that win. At the Chambogo Cricket Oval, the Titans set 96 for 7 against the Aziz Damani Hurricanes. Titans top of the table, and Aziz Damani not so far behind them in second. Where? 96 for 7. Titans are the ones who set 96. Jadet Mbaba is trying to go for the slog sweep, but she's not able to get good connection. Again, she's lucky because there's a defensive field against her. The ball lands safely, but quite unnecessary from her as well, considering that they've lost quite a couple of wickets in the last few overs. She needs to make sure she takes very calculated risks if her side is going to be able to win the game. I think this dot ball pressure may get the scoreboard pressure may get to her because Maria Nyende is going to take it's going to take some time for her to start scoring. So Janet might feel like it is on her to score as many runs as possible. Bowling change for the Northern Knights Warriors. Alako replacing Rachel Achan here from the Ginger Road end. I've been very, very impressed with Maria. As the games have progressed, she has looked a better batter. Oh, that came back very sharply, missed everything, including the keeper. They will get 2. She's able to run hard and they get back. But Maria has shown a lot of improvement as a batter. Like I mentioned, she was part of the Victoria Powers team that went to Zimbabwe in 2019. But after that, she lost her position to Esther Ilukol, who was a better batter than her. So if she was only able to work on her batting, give it a lot more time, because she's a very, very good keeper, should have been able to keep her position. And now she looks more confident. And I feel that the responsibility given to her to be able to bat a lot earlier rather than batting late down the order allows her that chance to come out, face a few more deliveries without necessarily putting yourself on pressure to score runs. And then later on, as you grow into the game, it's easier to find the gaps and get the run scoring going. 24 for 3, the Thunder. They are taking their time in chasing this small total. They're moving at the same rate as the Northern Knights, but the Northern Knights were greatly helped by a 50-run partnership between Naomi Kayondo and Proskovia Alako. So the Thunder will also need a very big partnership, not of dots but of runs, for them to be able to win this game. Good shot there from Janet Mbabazi, but she'll only get one. There's cover in the deep. Naomi Kayondo doing the cleanup to just keep it to one. Simple catch for Anya Pendi, who completes the catching of her own bowling. Maria Nyende Kagoya has to go. Four wickets down, the Thunder, for only 26 runs. Janet Mbabas needs to find a very good partner to stay with her, so that they can be able to put on a good total together and get this run chase going. Because as of now, they haven't been able to find a very good partnership that has put the Knights under the pressure. Because the Knights, every other time they try to put a partnership together, the Knights are able to find a breakthrough. Scovia Kello is the new batter coming in for the Thunder. Nine overs gone. The Thunder 26 for 4. Scovia Akello out in the middle with Janet Mbabazi. Again, the Knights choosing to defend against Janet and attack against Scovia Akello because she's a new batter. Janet has been there. She has 11 runs. So therefore, they are trying to defend against her. Proscovia Alako bowling from the Ginger Road end for the Northern Knights. 4 franchise teams in this tournament, and the winning side is going to walk out with 2 million shillings as cash prize from Uganda Cricket Association. Janet goes big, hits that very hard, and will split the two fielders to pick up 4 runs. Anya Pendi putting in a big dive, but she's unable to carry it off. Was hit very hard there by Janet. Janet loves to sweep. That's a very, very productive shot. A sweep shot against spinners. And it's good to see that she's brave enough to play it. Collins, isn't that your friend?
Sorry? That's your break.
Isn't that your friend?
Where? David?
Yeah.
Over there, yeah, but I think his rifle's still down. His has, even though mine hasn't. 2 million, by the way, Dennis, is half of what I got stolen from.
2 million.
I will do next year. Ondeka told me if I had 400 million, I could take the girls to Malaysia for the Commonwealth Games.
Yep. Halfway stage, 31 for 4. The Thunder. I don't know if they want to take this up to the end, but if they can be able to deal with it without dragging it all the way to the end, I think it would be safer for them. Yesterday, both games here, the Lugogo cricket over between the Thunder and the Hurricanes went down to the wire. In the morning, the Hurricanes prevailing by 2 wickets, and in the afternoon, the Thunder winning by 2 wickets as well. But both games are very, very tight. Right now, the Thunder need 44 runs from 60 balls, and with 6 wickets in hand. But of those 6 wickets, you feel that apart from Stephanie Nampina, the other youngsters could easily be dealt with by the Northern Knights Warriors. So therefore, Janet has a big, big task on her hand to make sure she's able to lead her side to a big victory. At the Chambogo Cricket Oval, the Titans set 96 runs. The Hurricanes did 97 for the win. And the Hurricanes are now 8 for 1. Eleven overs down. The Thunder 33 for 4. Moving at a rate of 3 per over. They need 41 runs from 54 balls. They are surely taking their time. But that loss of wickets, the 4 wickets they've lost, have slowed them down because they've lost some of their good batters. Therefore, Janet cannot afford to take a lot of risks. She has to be out there in the middle for as long as possible if the team is going to be able to win. Janet is on 18 of 26 balls and Scovia has 1 of 6. Anya Pendi has bowled a good spell, giving away only 12 runs, picked up 1 wicket in her 4 overs. Proskovia Alako, a part-time bowler, but she's not doing so badly. And I think the plan is to use the slow bowlers because Patricia Malemikia is in this night's team, but she has not yet been given a chance to bowl. Naomi Kayondo can as well bowl a few, but Konsi Aweko completes the keeper. That goes through the keeper, but won't run all the way down for 4. They will get at least 2 runs. Scovia Akello running very, very hard, giving it everything. Good cricket there. Quick single, very suicide one. But Janet Bowers had taken off very quickly from the non-striker's end, and she was able to make it in time. Scovia had played the ball off her back foot, so she wasn't really ready for that single. If the throw had gone that her end, could have had her in trouble. Well played there by Janet Mbabas. He puts it in a gap and they pick up a single. That's a challenge when you're defending against good players. They're able to find the gaps easily and sometimes it works against you. I'd rather if you're facing a small total, you just keep attacking. They could be able to give you, they could make their own mistakes as long as you keep the pressure on. But a very defensive field against someone who's been there for quite some time allows them to pick up those singles easily. But they can also be able to punish bad balls in case they get any. After 12 overs, the Thunder 42 for 4. They need 33 runs of 48 balls for the win, with 6 wickets in hand. Their captain Janet Mbabazi on 20 of 28. Konsi Aweko brings herself back into the attack. Which I think is a very good move. It's good that the senior player is coming back into the attack to make sure she tries to break this partnership. Because when you keep on your part-timers, you just make the job more difficult because the good batters are able to score runs off them and keep milking away at the total. The strategy for Konsi Aweko right now, I think, would be to try and attack against Scovia. She hasn't been fluid yet. So you make sure you try and keep her on strike for as much as possible. Don't allow Janet to be on strike. Hard throw there for the keeper. Strong arm from Proskovia Alako. So if you can attack against Scovia, it means that she'll be on strike for most of the time, and that could kind of put Janet on pressure as she thinks that she needs to do the run scoring herself. And Konsi has a very, very strong field. It's a very strong offside field for an off spinner. There's no one in square leg where I would think the ball will go a lot more times. Rachel Achan brought back into the attack for the Northern Knights Warriors. In the afternoon, the two sides will face off against each other. Quick one there from Scovia. And she's able to make it. The two sides will battle against each other again in the afternoon, as we'll try to separate the winning team out of the 4 franchise sides. The Northern Knights Warriors, Thunder Cricket Club, Titans. Good pull shot there from Janet Mbabazi. A very good work there from Patricia Malemikia. She's able to just keep it to 1 run. As is Damani Hurricanes and the Titans Cricket Club. Titans are on top of the table due to the fact that they have a better net run rate than all 4 teams. But all the teams are stuck on the same number of points because each one of them has won 2 and lost 2 after 2 days of cricket. Today is the final day, and we'll surely have to find a winner out of the 4 franchise sides. For now, the Titans are on top of the table, and they are defending 96 runs against the Hurricanes in Chambogo. Wicket time. Achan Rachel balls Scovia Akello. She completely missed her line. Some confusion out there in the middle. I don't know if Akello is aware she has been bowled, or she's just giving Stephanie some time to get close and join Janet Mbabazi. But a small discussion between the 2 senior players. I'm sure Scovia is happy with the comeback. She hasn't looked terrible or out of sorts. A little more practice, I'm sure we'll get her back to speed with whatever she has missed over the years. She's very, very lively in the field. But you know, batting is a more difficult skill. Therefore, you need to work. You need to put in a lot of time in the nets. The Thunder need 28 runs from 37 balls with 5 wickets left. But this is a partnership for them that should be able to see them home if they are going to win this game. Proskovia Alako changing ends, this time bowling from the shell end to Janet Mbabazi. Janet tries to go big, but she'll only pick up a single. Konsi Aweko out there patrolling that deep mid-wicket region. 27 runs now required by the Thunder for them to be able to win this game. Change in bowling for the Northern Knights Warriors. Good spell there from Rachel Achan. She went for only 8 runs in her 4 overs and picked up 2 wickets. The Thunder looking for 26 runs for them to be able to win the game. Nearly fell kindly there for Anya Pendi at short mid-wicket from Stephanie, but it didn't carry. Again this time, but far away from her. Simple push there from Stephanie. I think she knew what she was doing. She was in control of that shot. Changing the ball in, the new bowler is Naomi Amongin. Hit with some power from Janet. But Barbara Mukankosi does a good job. That kind of lob from Barbara, if the batters are aware, they could be able to pick up 2 runs off it if they are very, very quick. But that kind of awareness comes from good players who are able to pick up such things and notice them in the field. Good pick up there from Claire Mishakamba to just keep it to 1. Good bowling from Naomi Amongin. Bowling change for the Northern Knights Warriors. The very experienced Patricia Malemikia is into the attack. And I will love this contest because she's bowling to Stephanie Nampina and Janet Mbabas. First one off her pads. She's able to wipe it off. Naomi Kayondo will run and keep it to just 2 runs. I'm thinking probably Konsi Aweko forgot to put someone here at square leg. I mean at fine leg. I'm sure they did someone down here. But Patricia has been bowling well at the back end of the innings for the Knights. This is what you love to see about this elite league, that the best players are coming up against each other. And this should be a very good contest. Patricia, part of the Victoria Powell side that went to Botswana. She's really a very good bowler. She doesn't get the look into the team because Irene Alumo and Evelyn Anyepa are ahead of her in the pecking order. But she's a very, very good player. I remember a few years ago in Dar es Salaam when she was bowling for the R19 girls, she had a lot of terrifying pace. She was virtually unplayable. It's getting very tight. The Knights are dragging this up to until the end. The Thunder need 19 runs of 18 balls. And they'll have to do something if they're going to be able to get over the line. And a good over there to start off from Patricia Malemikia. She gave her only 4 runs. Janet Mbabazi is on 26 of 38. So they will need to try and up the ante. And a good shot there from Janet Mbaba. She's able to pick up that gap and powers that all the way for 4. Hands on the head there from Naomi Amongin. She knows that she's giving away a lot of runs when the equation is very simple. 19 required. Now we were just down to 15 of 17 balls required by the Thunder. But a good approach there from Janet. She's been in for quite some time. So she's able to pick up that half volley and hit it just over a mid-wicket for 4. Again goes big Janet Mbabazi, back-to-back boundaries from her. Good signs here from the captain. I think they've made up their minds to try and go after Naomi Amongin. She's the less experienced bowler between her and Patricia. So they're definitely putting her to the sword. It's now 11 runs required of 16. It's been a very, very good approach. She changes to bowl from right arm round, maybe trying to use the angle against her Janet. But you feel that Janet has delivered the nasty blows they required in this over for them to feel a little more comfortable. And this time she goes on the offside, hits it very hard. Back-to-back boundaries again, 12 runs from the blade of the captain. She has been able this time to stand up when her team needs her the most. Very, very good play from good cricket from Janet Mbabazi. She's been able to shift gears at the time her side needs her the most. That's a very good sign of maturity from the captain. Runs off 4 balls already scored by the Thunder, and they now need only 6 runs for them to be able to pick up that victory. But they've been led very well by the captain Janet Mbabazi, who's already struck 38 of 41 balls. Bowler prevails. Naomi Amongin getting the wicket of Janet Mbabazi, who took her to the cleaners. Disappointed by Janet there, not being able to see through the job with only 5 runs required for the win. She needed to stay there up to until the end. But unfortunately, she throws it away. But she has done the hard work for her side with only 5 runs required for the win. Christina Nayo will be coming in to bat with Stephanie Nampina. Good running between the wickets there from Stefani and Christina Nayo. Only 3 runs required for the win from 11 balls for the Thunder. Walks to that Stephanie, and she'll pick up a single. Good contest between Stephanie and Patricia. Patricia should have bowled maybe a little bit earlier. She's more experienced and a good senior player, so she could have been able to break that partnership that took quite some time between Janet and Scovia Akello. Gets a healthy edge that will run away through that empty slip region and will get another single. The finish line is in sight for the Thunder because the scores are level right now and they need only 1 run to pick up their 3rd win of this tournament. But for the last 2 days, we've seen that the teams that have won in the morning have failed to win in the afternoon. Let's see how things go today. At the Chambogo Cricket Oval, the Hurricanes are taking on, first is taking on second. The Titans taking on the Hurricanes. And that's the win for the Thunder. They are able to pick up that victory. Very well guided there by their captain, Janet Mbabas, who scored 38. In Chambogo, the Aziz Damani Hurricanes are 43 for 1. They need 54 runs from 51 balls against the Titans if they are going to be able to win that game. Gloria Obukol on 24 of 34 and Janet Naturan at 13 of 33. But here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval, the victory has been wrapped up by the Thunder. They win by 4 wickets. Their captain, Janet Mbabas, is scoring 38. 39 of 43 balls. She was the anchor of the innings, helped by Stefan, who scored 11 of 16. 4-wicket win for the Thunder in the morning, and in the afternoon these 2 teams will face off again. Thunder, who have been bottom of the table, now move themselves up into first position for now, as we wait for the result from the Chambogo Cricket Oval, because the Titans are on top of the table, followed by the Hurricanes. That was at the end of yesterday's play. But for now, the Thunder will occupy first position as we wait for the result from that ground. We'll come back, we'll take a break, and we'll be back in the afternoon for the final games of the Women's Elite, of the 2nd edition of the Women's Elite League here from the Lugogo Cricket Oval.